I started with just 5 goats. At that time, every morning I would stand there looking at them and asking myself one simple but heavy question. Will these really take me anywhere? Because if you are honest, 5 goats don't look like a business. They look small, they look slow, and if you're not careful, you can stay at 5 for a very long time. There were days I even doubted myself. I would see other farmers with big herds and wonder if I was wasting time. But deep down, I knew something. If others could do it, then it must be possible. I just didn't understand how. Then one day everything started to change. Not because I got more goats, not because I got money, but because I changed how I was thinking. I realized that goat farming is not about the number of goats you have today, it's about how well those goats reproduce. That one idea shifted everything for me. From that day, I stopped just keeping goats. I started managing a breeding system. I went back to my 5 goats and looked at them carefully, like I was seeing them for the first time. I observed how they moved, how they fed, how they behaved. I noticed that some were strong and active, always eating well, always alert. Others were slow, weak, and always looking like they were struggling. And I made a decision that felt small at the time but changed my entire journey. Only the best goats were going to build my future herd. I didn't rush, I didn't panic. I simply decided that quality would come before quantity, because I understood something very important. If I multiplied weak goats, I would only create a bigger problem. After that, I turned my attention to something I had been ignoring: the buck. At first, I used to think, a goat is a goat. But I learned the hard way that this is not true. That one male goat has the power to influence every single kid born on your farm. So I started taking my buck seriously. I made sure it was strong, healthy, and well fed. I paid attention to its body condition. I watched how active it was, because I knew if the father is weak, then slowly the whole herd will become weak. That was another turning point for me. Then came one of the hardest decisions I had to make. In the beginning, anytime I got kids, I would think about selling them quickly to get money. And yes, sometimes I needed that money, but I realized something painful. Every time I sold a female goat, I was selling my future. So I changed my approach. I started keeping every strong female kid. It was not easy. Sometimes I had pressure, sometimes I needed quick cash, but I kept reminding myself, if I keep selling now, I will stay small forever. So I kept the females and only sold a few males when necessary. And slowly, without noise, without stress, the number of breeding females started increasing. That's when I began to see real change, but I didn't stop there. I noticed something else that was holding me back. My breeding was not controlled. My goats were just mixing freely. I didn't know when they were mating, I didn't know when they would give birth. Everything was happening by chance, and chance does not build a farm. So I made another change. I separated the buck from the females. I only introduced it when I wanted breeding to happen. At first it felt like extra work, but very quickly I started seeing the benefits. Now I could plan. Now I knew when kids were likely to be born. Now I could prepare. I also learned that with proper feeding and care, a female goat can give birth every 8 months. That changed my mindset completely. I was no longer waiting for goats to multiply. I was planning for multiplication. Then something interesting started happening. Some of my goats started giving birth to twins. The first time it happened, I was excited. But more importantly, I was curious. I started observing which goats were producing twins and which ones were not. And I made another smart decision. Any goat that produced twins, I marked it as special. I kept its female kids for breeding. Without realizing it, I was slowly building a herd that multiplies faster on its own. But along the way, I faced some hard truths. Not every goat deserves to stay on your farm. Some of my goats refused to conceive. Others kept giving me only one kid again and again. Some were always getting sick, no matter how much I tried. At first, I struggled with this. I didn't want to remove them. It felt like I was losing something. But later, I understood something very clearly. Keeping the wrong goats is more expensive than removing them, so I started culling. Any goat that didn't perform was removed from my breeding plan. And when I did that, something surprising happened. The overall performance of my herd improved. At the same time, I improved feeding. Before, I used to believe goats can survive on anything. And yes, they can survive, but they will not perform. So I made feeding a priority. I ensured they had enough pasture. I added mineral supplements like salt, and I always made sure they had clean water. Slowly, I started seeing the results. My goats became healthier, they conceived faster, their bodies improved, and the kids they produced were stronger. Then came one of the biggest lessons in my journey: saving the kids. In the beginning, I lost some newborn kids. Some died because of cold, others didn't get milk in time, some were just too weak. And every loss slowed my progress, so I changed how I handled births. Whenever a goat was close to giving birth, I paid close attention. I stayed alert. And as soon as a kid was born, I made sure it got the first milk immediately. I kept them warm and dry, especially during cold nights. I also followed a simple health routine: regular deworming and vaccination. From that moment, I started losing fewer kids. And that made a huge difference, because I realized something very powerful. It's not just about how many goats are born, it's about how many survive. As my goats increased, I started facing another challenge: space. At some point, I noticed that my goats were becoming crowded, and when that happened, diseases started spreading faster and growth slowed down. So I started improving my goat house step by step. I made sure there was enough space. I improved ventilation so that fresh air could flow. I kept the floor dry to reduce infections. I didn't have a lot of money, so I used local materials. I improved little by little, but those small improvements created a big impact. Then I faced another challenge: dry seasons. There were times when feed became scarce, and in the past, during such periods, my goats would lose weight, become weak, and stop reproducing. But this time, I prepared in advance. I started storing feed like hay when it was available, so when the dry season came, my goats still had something to eat, and because of that, my breeding did not stop. That consistency kept my farm growing even when conditions were tough. As time went on, I became more organized. I started keeping simple records. I wrote down which goat gave birth, how many kids, and when. It was not complicated, but it helped me see patterns. I could identify my best goats. I knew which ones to keep and which ones to remove. I also managed weaning properly. After about 3 months, I separated kids from their mothers. This allowed the mothers to recover faster and prepare for the next breeding cycle. And after some time, I introduced a new buck. This helped me avoid inbreeding and kept my herd strong and productive. Everything I was doing was simple, but it was intentional. Day after day, I stayed consistent. Feeding, cleaning, observing, planning, and slowly, the results started showing. What started as 5 goats became 10, 10 became 20, 20 became 50. And before I knew it, I was approaching 100 goats. Not because I got lucky, not because I had a lot of money, but because I followed a system. Today, when I stand in my farm and look around, I don't just see goats, I see a journey, I see lessons, I see discipline, I see a system that multiplies. So if you are starting with just a few goats right now, don't feel discouraged, don't rush to sell everything, don't depend on luck. Focus on your breeding system, keep your best females, feed your goats well, control breeding, remove weak animals. Protect your kids. Do the small things right every single day because the truth is simple. I didn't just grow goats, I built a system that multiplies. And if I could start with just 5 goats and reach 100, you can do it too. If you found this helpful, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for more practical goat farming tips that can help you grow your farm successfully. Click the video on the screen now to learn more about goats. Thanks.